Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. For tonight, our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise!
All right, fans, welcome him back for another season. My good friend, Mikey C.
Oh, yes, Vancouver, how we feeling tonight? Come on, you got to do better than that 2017 home opener. How you feeling tonight? Let me hear ya. That's a little better. I'm going to introduce a couple of my favorite friends. Make some noise for Bomber and Crazy P. Come on, baby! Hey, we got ourselves a 2-0 start, so we gotta let the boys feel this one more time. I'll introduce ourselves, but you gotta make some noise. Let me hear you scream! Let's get down to it. Your 2017 Vancouver Stealth. Starting in goal, wearing 00, Tyler Richards. Number 2, Matt Beers. Number 3, Jarrett Toll. Number 4, Chris O'Doherty. Number 6, Curtis Hodgson. Number 9, Keegan Ball. And number 10, Reese Dutch. Wearing number 15, Corey Small. Number 16, Ryan Wagner. Number 18, Logan Schuss. Number 19, Justin Salt. Wearing 20, Travis Cornwall. Number 23, Thomas Hogarth. Number 31, Ty Belanger. Number 55, Joel McCready. Number 78, Jordan Durston. Number 80, Peter McFetridge. Number 86, John Lintz. And number 88, Ian Hawksby. Come on, Vancouver! Your 2017 Stealth! Make some noise!
Thanks, Mikey. Assistant coaches for the Stealth, Jim Milligan, Clay Richardson, Kevin Alexander, and Dave Evans. The head coach is Jamie Batley. Now, led by head coach Kurt Pulaski, the Calgary Roughnecks. Now at this time, we ask you all to please rise, remove your hats, and join Roxanne Brown in the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy son's command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
To be used with willpower as part of the smoking cessation program.
Now's the time to buy at Eagle Ridge GM, where you'll save thousands on hundreds of four-wheel drive imports. 2016 Toyota RAV4s and Hyundai Santa Fe Sports from $24,795. Nissan Rogues and Mitsubishi Outlanders now only $22,995. And 2016 Nissan Murano or Pathfinder SVs from just $31,995. Sale open to the public. Dealers, stay away. Eagle Ridge GM, 2595 Barnett Highway, 2 blocks west of Coquitlam Center.
Eagle Ridge GM saves you money.
This is Stealth Lacrosse on TSN 1410.
Welcome inside the Langley Event Center, ladies and gentlemen, for National Lacrosse League action here on NLL TV and TSN 1410 Radio. I am Jake Elliott alongside Brad Schellner, who's down in between the benches, the suicide box, if you will, for this one. Vancouver Stealth will wear their blacks here tonight at home, and their scratch is Tommy McKee. It's Tyler Richards that gets the starting goal for Vancouver. He is 2-0, a 10.0 goals against and a save percentage of .798. Frank Chiliano will start for the Roughnecks, who will wear their whites with the red and black trim. He has yet to play a game this season for Kurt Malowski, who had to serve a one-game suspension. Your head coach for Vancouver is Jamie Batley. Your scratch for the Roughnecks is Bobby Snyder. Your officials for tonight's contest, the crew chief is Ian Garrison, the assistant referee Ryan Fowler, and Rick Lum. Vancouver will work right to left across your monitor and radio dial, vice versa for the Roughnecks. Thanks for joining us. It should be a fun Saturday night here from the LEC as the crowd is pumped up and ready to go for their 2-0 Vancouver Stealth, trying to make it a perfect start to the season. And two teams are at center. It's Jarrett Toll and Tyler Burton set to go. Sticks go down. Ball goes down. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here from the LEC. And the ball pops free, and an early loose ball attempt for Thomas Hogarth. Can't come up with it. On a second attempt, he will. Spins out of a double team, and then he's stick checked. There's the ball down on the carpet once again. And it's in the stick of Curtis Manning, who takes a hack, and the ball comes free once more. Right at center, and now what do we got? We'll get a push on the back, and it'll be Stealth possession here. So Vancouver will get the opening shot on offense here. And speaking of the opening shot, Reese Dutch has scored on his opening shot in his first 2 games. 8 goals and 8 assists for Dutchy so far through 2 games. This is Corey Small on the flip back to Logan Schuss. Quick pass to McCready, now out high. He'll dart around McRae. Feet inside. There's Keegan Paul. And that shot goes off a Harnett and out of play. A new 30 to work with here on offense for Vancouver, off the Calgary defender and out of bounds.
Yeah, good stick in the lane by Harnett. We're making his immediate impact back in this lineup. They missed him last Friday.
He's an agitator. He'll get under your skin, and you have to be wary of that. Logan Schuss sporting some new fancy red gloves, it looks like, down there tonight, as Corey Small will weave low. Back to Logan. There's a shot over the top, and that one blocked by the stick of Carnegie. Still 12 seconds on the shot clock here for Keegan Paul. Vancouver all spread out to the outside right now. Feet inside. There's Corey Small with a backhand shot. And another shot blocked by Calgary as the smooth running style of Denny McRae will clear through center.
Yeah, good defensive stand on shift 1 for the Calgary Roughnecks. Really getting in the lanes on that first play.
Here's Holden Katoni, and it looks like Calgary wants to go tempo here, have a little pep in their step to start this one. Here's Dane Doby, who's always a stealth killer, out to Curtis Dixon, who had 18 shots in that opening contest, but just the one goal. Doby loads, fires right on for Richards, takes it to the Vancouver crest, and comes up with a loose ball. He'll look to outlet and overshot. Ryan Wagner will try and run it down in the far corner, but he's got two Roughnecks on the scene. And the ball goes into the crease of Chiliano. And the Stealth give it right back to the Roughnecks here as Tyler Richards maybe a little overzealous on that first breakout pass.
Dane Doby comes into this game 298 career goals, looking to become just the 25th player in history to hit Magic 300 here tonight.
8-second violation on Calgary, and now Vancouver in jeopardy of the same thing as they get. And now what do we got? I think we're going to get a penalty here. I think Holden Kitone, or is it going to be Justin Salt? Going to go for a delay of game as he didn't step away from the ball on the turnover. And that's an early penalty here on Vancouver. Something we talked about in the pregame show, Brad. Discipline will be a key, and that's not a penalty you want to take early in a game.
Yeah, their penalty kill has not been great. 20%. They've scored, opposition has scored 4 out of 5 times on this Vancouver South penalty kill, but they've only taken 5 penalties over 2 games, so they want to shut these guys right down here.
2 minutes in, no score. Here's Dixon running the wheel, goes to Digby, backdoor feed, got knocked down, poked out high by Hodgson, but still lots of time to work with as Dixon loads up. Flip over the top, here's Berg. He'll spin away and feed back to Dixon, down to the top of the crease for Digby. And Tyler Richards actively will pop out of his crease for that loose ball. Looks up floor, feeds one right through the middle, on the money for Reese Dutch. And he's across the line in time. Here's Dutch driving low, here's Dutch right in, runs hard into Chiliano, ball stayed out. On a crease violation from Dutch, who went right to the rack with authority. Here comes Shatler now. Berg will be the setup man. Doby at the shooter along with Dixon. You got Shatler and Digby down on the crease. Here's Dixon around the screen. Suber. That one fun off by Richards. Hogarth comes up with it. Spins out of trouble, but lost the ball in the process, and the Roughnecks get it right back. Now Dixon will have to track it out to center. Couple of turnovers here on Hogarth early. And Dixon will get things back set up here. 20 on the shot clock is up top. Berg over the shoulder. Dixon, little tuck and go, a reaching shot. Richards sticks out the elbow and makes the save as Dixon got buried after taking that shot. Lob pass over the top. It's Pete McFedrich as he plays his second game against his former club here. Spent a long time with the Roughnecks. Now Corey Small. Logan Shess to Joel McCready. Into the near corner now, Keegan Ball, 5 on the shot clock, got to get one off, and Chess will whip one in on Chiliano, who handles that one and controls the rebound.
Still time for one 5-on-4 shot here for the Calgary Roughnecks, 13 seconds to work with.
Make it 10 now as the offense finally gets out onto the floor. Dixon, the late man, coming, holding Kitone at the point now. Down low for Westberg, who takes position up on the far crease. Dixon, out of the box, comes Justin Salt. He's poaching. He wants to take off the top. Beers trying to come up with it in the corner. Slips through a double team. Ball still loose on the carpet. Doby will scoop it up. One on the shot clock. And Vancouver will hold on defense once again, and it'll be their possession. In a scoreless game, early shots on goal, 3-1.
A successful penalty kill for the Vancouver South. Don't think the Roughnecks could get this set playoff late. They're worried about Justin Salt coming out of the box, but then ended up not taking the shot off.
Down comes Jordan Durston for his first shift, but it's the Ohio State Buckeye Logan Schuss. Corey Small scores! A low ripper along the carpet, Bradley, and it's 1-0 Vancouver.
Yeah, nice patience on the handle from Corey Small as he fakes, waits for Garrett McIntosh to sort of set the screen in front of him, and then throws one low past the legs of Frankie Chiliano. The 12th strike first.
Goal number 6 for the Kitten. As you watch it again, TV side. Found the short side past Chiliano. And back to center we go for another face-off between Burton and Toll.
Yeah, it took one extra pump, waited for McIntosh to get a little bit closer and just wrapped it around his legs.
Burton won the draw, but the loose ball is up for grabs. It comes high for McFedrich. And right near the center line, he can't keep his balance. And that'll be a back-over violation on Vancouver as Tyson Bell back in the Roughneck lineup as well. Or check it, it was Kellen LeClaire that was the scratch in Calgary, if I'm not mistaken. Now Shatler sporting those red gloves, the same as Logan Schuss. He's all red here tonight, Brad. Red shaft, red head. on the weapon. And there's an errant pass. Look out. A turnover. Shetler moving right in. Feeds. Step around. This is Lowen. And he scores into the top corner as he got hammered after the shot. But ill-advised turnover there on Vancouver ends up in the back of their goal. We're tied at 1.
Riley Lowen's first goal as a member of the Calgary Roughnecks. He was snake bit last week. Was able to throw a nice one high past Tyler Richards on a 2-on-2 opportunity, and they tie it up at 1.
We've seen a lot more forward-checking and pressure here from Calgary, causing Vancouver a little bit of fits getting out of their own zone early in this one. As Lowen just stepped around into the middle of the floor and goes short side top corner to tie the game.
Lowen's always had those quick feet down low, able to stutter step. Jarrett Toll runs into the corner and leaves a lane for Riley Lowen.
A loose ball picked up by O'Doherty. He's got Toll going to the goal. Here's Jarrett Toll right in and off the shoulder of Shiliano as he kept that one out. And then Toll, first to touch the ball after stepping through the crease. It'll be Calgary possession when we come back. This is Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
There you go. Get it right back now. Burn it now.
Manning, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Top of the penalty, 6:20. Manning for cross-checking at 6:20. And that means a stealth pass.
Corey Small down on his back. I didn't pick it up out of the back of the play there, Brad, but definitely another call coming here to the Roughnecks.
At least all 3 refs had their arms in the air, so I think they're all just making sure right now that they all were calling the same penalty, but it's going to be Mike Carnegie's going to sit down for 2, and the Stealth will have a big 5-on-3 here for 1:20. Jordan Durston sporting the U-Hawk camera tonight. We'll get his game footage later this week.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to watch a little Bill the Thrill O'Brien's camera from Rochester in New England, and man, oh man, is that ever cool to watch. Make sure you're checking out NLL Productions for that stuff. Here's a chance in front! Corey Small got waved off in the crease, and we'll see if Vancouver wants to challenge this. Got to get the replay up quickly here if you're Vancouver, and they have not as of yet. As now they see it. There's a chance. And I think we're past the 20-second window now for Batley to challenge. And I think we got a Vancouver penalty call coming up here as well to Chris O'Doherty.
Yeah, while the replay was queuing up, Curtis Dixon was running in shorthanded, doubled, and then tripled. And I think O'Doherty clipped him on the back as Dixon goes down.
So it was, in fact, Brad, 2 roughneck penalties, Manning and Carnegie. But now O'Doherty heads to the sin bin, and we'll play some 4-on-3, but it'll be Calgary ball. Short a man.
Carnegie,
and it's a 5-minute major for O'Doherty.
Yeah, Carnegie was a major too, by the way. So
yes. So lots of penalties here to start this one.
Yeah, we're going to have 4-on-4 lacrosse for quite a while.
Well, it's 4-on-3 for the moment. Now lots of open turf down there for our offensive players to work their magic. It's Doby working with Lowen right now. Here comes the double on Doby. Cornwall and Beers closing in. And they strip Doby rather easily and come back up with the ball. And Beers will push ahead. You got 8 seconds to get it up and over center, and number 2 does the job. Here comes Keegan Ball. He's out there with Dutch, Schuss, and Small. Logan Schuss to Reese Dutch. 15 on the shot clock. Down low for Small. Back up to Schuss. Over the top, missed it high again. Dutch fakes the pass, fakes another pass. Now he shoots, look 5-hole, and Chiliano with a stick save there. 12 seconds to go in the penalty time to Curtis Manning. As Chiliano a little slow to get to his feet. And the count on here as he gets the ball to Dixon as McFenbridge will pressure him. Dixon will run in front of the benches, gets across center. Hodgson waiting in the middle. Here comes Dixon aggressively, and he pumps it in. Top corner on a quick release. Bar down for Dixon. And Calgary goes in front. Short-handed goal from Curtis Dixon.
Dare I call that end-to-end? You don't see very end-to-end goals here in the National Lacrosse League, but Curtis Dixon runs it out of his own zone short-handed, and then just a sneaky little flick over the shoulder of Curtis Hodgson to beat Tyler Richards 2-1.
You knew Dixon with 18 shots and just 1 goal wasn't going to be happy with his performance in their home opener and was probably going to come out guns a-blazing. And look to be aggressive early and often here in Vancouver.
Yeah, we know the Poco native loves to play in front of friends and family here inside the Langley Event Center.
So now we are 4-on-4 for the next 3.5 minutes or so. As the Roughnecks in front 2-1. Vancouver has not found themselves behind very often so far this season. Here's McCready on the spin, bowls over a man, rolls off another. And then Harnett was able to knock it free as McCready goes hard into the corner. Shot clock winding down to 3 here as McCready's got it. Tried to dive in front as he lost the ball one more time.
Tries it from the left, tries it from the right.
Well, once he gets that momentum going for McCready, he's just like a Tasmanian devil spinning. And it's pretty tough to get the ball out of the stick, but Harnett with a good job there. There's Shatler and Doby working on this near side for the lefties. It's Berg and Digby on the far side. Here's Shatler open, fires and scores. Found the far side on Richards. It's 3-1 Roughnecks.
Nice snipe by Shatler, but it's a swing pass across the zone that gets Tyler Richards moving. And then pinpoint accuracy from Shatler. His 3rd of the season is 3-1.
Richards may be a little deep in his crease on that one. But Shatler, such an assassin shooter. Doesn't need a lot of time and space to find his spot.
Shots on goal 8-5 in favor of the Calgary Roughnecks so far.
Back to center for Burton and Toll wins this one cleanly, but players not quite lined up where Toll wanted to win the ball to, and Calgary will scoop that one up easily. Ball right near the center line here. Now it's pushed back over, and this will be a back over violation on the Roughnecks. Vancouver possession as we continue 4-on-4. The veteran Ian Hawksby will bounce one for Reese Dutch.
A freshly shorn Ian Hawksby. Shaved off the handlebar. Barely recognized him this morning.
Here's Dutch out for Keegan Ball. He'll fire. That one's stopped by Chiliano. Right into the stick of Dutch with a new 30 to work with here for the Stone. Corey Small out of the far corner. Feet inside. That one got knocked down by Scott Carnegie. As he'll circle in behind his own goal and feed ahead to Dan McCray. He's got Bell ahead on the lob. Here's Tyson Bell stepping in, faking, shooting over the shoulder, and Richards had to be sharp on that one on a crafty shot from Bell. Under 5 minutes we go. 4:50 here in the first quarter. 3-1 Roughnecks. Dutch whips one and just missed. Now a rebound chance and Schuss. Bounces one off of Chiliano. Missed the first loose ball. Here's Dutch. Cranks, scores! Reese Dutch gets the Stealth back within 1. It's 3-2. As a few chances in a row there. And Chiliano couldn't stop Reese Dutch. Point blank in the low slot.
Peppering Chiliano on that shift. Dutch had a shot go wide, made a big stop on Logan Schuss. And then Reese Dutch's second opportunity off the post, off Frankie's back, and in to the back of the net, 3-2.
Still 4-on-4 for the next buck 41 here as Toll yanks it free, can't come up with a loose ball, tries to bat it backwards to Cornwall, and finally Wagner will come up with it. He'll run to open space. Nicely done there, and Jared Toll doing well in the faceoff dot so far against Burton. He's winning most of them Vancouver's just got to come up with the ball. Here comes Keegan Ball. Out there with McCready, Durston, and Corey Small, who's got it in his pocket. Here's Small, faked. Little toe drag, almost lost it. Gets it high to McCready. 8 on the shot clock. Plays it to Ball, handcuffed him. Ball's got it to Small, 3 on the shot clock. Small will drive low, and a reaching shot on Chiliano, who has to drop down to stop that one. We will go to break. 3:59 here to go, first quarter. This is Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse, presented by Associated Labels and Packaging.
Here with Sean from
Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds. We lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
Jake Elliott, Brad Challoner with you. 3:59 here to go, first quarter. 3-2 Roughnecks lead the Stealth. Shots 9-9. It'll be Calgary possession as Westberg will bring it ahead. Still a minute to go in 4-on-4 lacrosses. Here's the former Stealth player Tyler Digby. He's got it over to Doby, and now Shatler with 20 on the shot clock. Shatler out high outside the line. Now Digby looks down low. Westberg looking for a cut. He's got Shatler, and he finds the top corner on a quick stick. Backdoor cut. And no chance for Richards on that one. Roughnecks restore the 2-goal lead. It's 4-2.
Airborne quick stick by Jeff Shatler. Great hands to pull that off in stride. Vancouver Stealth want to take a look at the replay, but referee's not arguing and no one on the floor really arguing. I think that's pretty clean. Shatler with his second makes it 4-2.
Maybe just a little lack of communication on the back end there. Two players went to one player and left Shatler streaking to the goal. And a nice find there from Tyler Digby to set him up. Jarrett Toll, Tyler Burton. Ball comes free, picked up by McIntosh. He's got some speed, and he comes as Hawksby runs him down and forces him wide. Nice job there from 88 to deter that scoring opportunity. There's Dixon. That Gretzky tuck in the back of his jersey. Big Oilers fan, and now a penalty call coming. And it's going to go to Riley Lowen as he took out Hogarth with an elbow. And the referee will point to the penalty box as Vancouver will go back to the man advantage here.
And with the 4-on-4, this now goes to a 4-on-3, so lots of space out there for 20 seconds.
And Calgary just realizing they got too many bodies on the floor. It's just Small, Dutch, and McCready out there for this 4-on-3. Lots of passing and shooting angles here now. Just to Dutch, loads down to the crease. McCready powers in, shoots. And Chiliano got a piece. Vancouver will come up with possession in near 30. Schuss fakes. Low feed there for Small. Steps around. Dutch now. Look out from behind. Here Small scores. Another for the Kitten. It's a power play marker.
There's that chemistry. They just know where each other are on a lacrosse floor at all times. Dutch, bit of a no-looker across the floor, and Small just bats it in. Quick stick. 1-goal game.
I just don't know if there's another duo, Brad, like a righty and a lefty that are more connected and more dangerous than Corey Small and Reese Dutch. They are just deadly together.
No, ever since, Sean Evans and Doby were like that, or Sean Evans and Shatler were like that, but Sean Evans now in New England, of course. But yeah, from
maybe Cody Jamieson and Craig Point, but that combo not together anymore either.
Yeah.
Calgary lucky to get away with that. As here comes Greg Harnett. It's Calgary possession. Lowen still in the penalty box, but the Roughnecks have possession here. 17 on the shot clock as the offense onto the floor now. Doby out there with Holden Kitoni, Westberg and Curtis Dixon, and now a penalty call coming to Vancouver. Delayed call on here is Chiliano to the Roughneck bench as Dixon with it on the step back, and he ripped it wide on the underhand, but the shot clock will expire. So now we'll play some more 4-on-4 as to the box goes Jarrett Toll.
A lot of special teams action here in the first quarter in Vancouver. These two teams, we know they don't like each other. The Roughnecks want to spoil the home opener like the Stealth spoiled theirs a week ago.
So Toronto winners over Saskatchewan earlier tonight. Buffalo goes down to defeat to Georgia. And right now it's 8-4 Colorado leading New England in the third quarter. As Brad and myself will bring you home here on a Saturday night in the National Lacrosse League. 4-on-4 here for Dixon. 1-on-1 with Lintz. Over the top, scores. Under the glove of Richards. Just blew it right past him. It's 5-3.
Yeah, just lots of room and time for Curtis Dixon. He's going to bury that. No one got in the lane. A wide open shot, far side. And the Roughnecks are back on top by 2.
Teams trading goals here, and Lintz just maybe a little passive there, backing off of Dixon, and you give 17 that kind of room to wind up, you're in trouble.
Second of the night here already.
Is this Logan Schuss? No, it's Reese Dutch taking the draw. And Calgary wins that one easily, and now Dutch trapped back out on defense. Might sneak in the change here along with Tyler Burton, he will. We continue 4-on-4 here for the next 23 seconds before Riley Lowen will step back up. So Calgary will have to get off a shot here as the shot clock down to 13. The flip high for Digby out of the reach of him, but Shetler there to collect. O'Doherty will step out high on him. Here's Dixon again, working on Hogarth, and that shot got partially deflected wide, and the shot clock will expire here on the Roughnecks. It'll be Vancouver ball with 1:23 to go in the first quarter, as out of the box comes Riley Lowen now. Vancouver short here for the next minute and 5. Logan Schuss. He'll back away, and he'll use just about all of this 30 if he can. He'll shoot quickly, and that one, again, Roughnecks doing a good job of getting sticks in lanes. They've blocked 4 or 5 shots so far early in this game already, Brad.
Yeah, they've really stepped it up this game from what we saw a week ago. Their sticks are up. They're seeing the ball twice as big as it is right now.
Hidden ball trick, it's with Westberg. He's got it to Dixon. Back up top, Berg, now Doby. 10 on the shot clock now for Doby. Playing 1-2 here with Berg. Step around, feed low. Shatler took his eye off it. It'll roll back out high for Berg. Feed across, Digby open, rips. Tyler Richards got a piece. Ball goes into the corner. Digby comes back up with it with Lintz right on him. 18 seconds to go in the penalty time now. Under 30 we go here in the quarter. Doby, Berg, flip, Digby, tuck, scores. And that one goes top corner past Richards. It's a 3-goal Roughneck lead now at 6-3.
The penalty kill woes continue early in the season for the Vancouver Stealth. Digby just walks right up the righty side.
Got to get a stick on.
A bit of a twist as Lintz just waving down on the crease. They had an easy tuck for Tyler Digby, 6-3.
6 goals on 13 shots so far. Here for the Roughnecks, who you knew were going to come out with their best game after going down in defeat in their home opener. Big face-off here. Expect a timeout on the possession. And Dutch trying to come up with it. He will. Goes down. 2 Roughnecks on him. Here comes a penalty call to the Roughnecks now, as Dutch somehow hangs onto the ball. Finally it comes loose. Calgary will touch it up with 3.3 to go in the quarter, as another penalty call in this game, and this time it goes to the Roughnecks. Maybe a late chance here in the quarter for Vancouver to cash in.
Got to move the ball pretty quick down to the crease. He's going to start up high here around the Roughnecks bench. Reese Dutch, after getting beat up a little bit, no, he's going to stay on. Luckily, probably the ball will start in his stick.
And they'll pull Richards here to go 6-on-4.
They've got Dutch squeaking out to the righty
here
side.
Here we go, Brad. Small will take it at center. He'll walk in, feed to Dutch, back to Small, loads up, shoots right on, and Chiliano makes the save at the buzzer. 15 down, 45 to go here from the LEC. Roughnecks get 6 in that opening quarter. They lead it by 3, 6-3. When we return to Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Tim Hortons has over 100 perfect.
And now, Mia, time for your unstrung hero, a player that may not have got on the board for his team, but made a difference in some other way.
Well, this player got on the board for his team a few times, but he also made a huge impact on the team in other ways as well. And for my unstrung hero of the week, I have to go with Logan Schuss of the Vancouver Stealth. Now, earlier this week, Logan actually posted on his social media that he was so excited to take on his new role as an assistant captain for the first time with the Stealth this year. So that tells you right away that he is a leader on the floor and off the floor for this team if Vancouver has put the trust in him to take on a leading role as an assistant captain. But then again, on the floor, what he did really helped the team with their 2 wins this weekend. He had 5 goals and 5 assists over the weekend. He sits 5th in the league for scoring points. So I have to go with Logan Schuss as my unstrung hero for both what he did on and off the floor this week.
Logan Schuss is a very exciting player to watch. He's got such a calm and cool approach to his game. And if you watch him, he's just got awareness and always knows where the net is. He doesn't even have to be looking, but he's able to make successful passes and shoot the ball on net without looking at the net. So I liked what I saw of him in their opening weekend.
The 2 teams flip around. Not the best 15 minutes for Tyler Richards so far this season.
As the Langley Event Center here welcoming the 2016 Minto Cup champion Quillamadamax, who are in the building with the cup tonight.
Yes,
Christian Del Bianco standing to my right. It might have had something to do with that.
Just a little bit.
They'll
be honored at halftime as they won that Minto Cup right here inside the Langley Event Center. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in quarter number 2. And a loose ball picked up by Hogarth. He's chopped down there by Schaller. Ball will squirt free. McFedrich there to scoop it. And he finds an open Travis Cornwall. So the power play here for Vancouver will go back to work as on comes Logan Schuss. Feeds to Jordan Durston. 1 touch there to Small and back to Logan. Down low in the near crease for Durston, who has yet to get a goal in this 2017 campaign. Now Small, Schuss working low into the middle. Here's Small, and he rocked it right off the helmet of Harnett and out of play. And I don't think Greg Harnett appreciated that much from his victorious Shamrock teammate.
He's awake now if he wasn't before.
So they'll get back set up here, new 30. Small to Schuss. Threads one through to Dutch. Ring it right off the pipe and stayed out. Just a reaching bounce shot to the far side. Beat Chiliano, but not the iron. Still a minute to work with here in the man advantage. 1 minute into quarter number 2. Small backing away. Dutch back to Corey Small. Flips to Logan. And now Small holding down to the crease. It's Keegan Ball. Durston into the middle. Here's Logan Schuss. Loads, shoots, scores. 5-hole. Power play goal at 6-4.
Second wait by Logan Schuss. He just has the patience to wait for the goaltender to make the first move, and then boom, Logan strikes short side, and it's a 2-goal game.
And you just never know where he's going to try and place the ball. He's got the same motion, that quick release, but he can go high, he can go low, short side, far side with it, and that makes it so difficult for the goaltender to try and stop when you just have no clue where he's going to go.
Was 5-hole this time for his 6th of the season.
Nice loose ball pick up here for Jared Toll. He's got McFedrich in the middle of the floor, but he decides to hang on. As we're back to 5-on-5, Stealth down by 2. Logan Schuss with a little show pony kick. Stutter step, now he fires, and Chiliano there to block that one. Quick outlet here to Cummings. Wagner aggressive on him. Now Dixon with it as he works wide. Be ready to help. Here comes Dixon as he gets deterred. Nice recovery there from Wagner. Dixon spins low, trying to slice through a double team. Here comes the triple. Still Dixon, now Digby. Here's Schattler, loads, shoots. And they'll say that made contact with Richards. It's now a foot race for it. Schattler will beat O'Doherty to the ball. And a new 30 here for the Roughnecks. Richards just got a piece of that one. Don't know if he needed to make the stop. And that allows the Roughnecks for another offensive set. Dixon quick take, and Richards again just got a piece of that on that low drive. And this is where you usually can cash in as an offense. When you give yourself that second, third opportunity with resets on the 30, you wear that defense down in either making a mistake or taking a penalty.
Yeah, and Calgary knows it. Digby's being so active right now on the right side.
Step around, feed to Dixon, loads up again, tuck and go. This time reaching shot there, and Richards able to get a pad on that one. No, they're going to say no reset on that shot from Dixon. So Vancouver will hold on defense and get possession back here.
And they get out of that one.
John Lentz across center with his black leggings. Keegan Ball going with the single legging look. Not sure about that one, Brad. Corey Small. He'll slide low. Durston clears out. Small trying to spin off. Does. And a reaching shot to the top corner gets called in the crease. Garrett McIntosh back the other way. 3-on-3. Manning will peel off and head for the bench as on comes Westberg. Berg isolated. Now finds Lowen. Out wide now, Katoni. He'll rip, and that one's high. Ball bounces high. Katoni's got it back. That shot blocked. Ball loose. Here's Lowen again. Scores. Short side as he had a little hesitation there, Brad, and that froze Richards. And I think he might want the hook.
Yeah, when we came back at the quarter, I think Jamie Valley was saying to Ty Belanger, be ready if we need you. He's looking to the bench right now. I don't think we're going to make the switch yet, but just another snipe by Riley Lowen. Nice to see the local product coming alive in his second game as a Roughneck, adding some nice secondary punch for the Riggers.
Now Richards looking to the bench there like he almost was signaling, do you want me to come? But it's still just a 3-goal lacrosse game here. But 7 goals on 16 shots.
I think you got to let Tyler Richards fight through it. Such a strong start to the season.
Another possession here for Roughnecks. Dixon with the flip down low, and Richards will corral that one. McFenridge across center. Cornwall looks for a trailer, nobody open. Now he finds Logan Schuss with 20 on the shot clock. On comes McCready as Cornwall makes the change. Schuss feet inside. Here's McCready. And a stick save for Chiliano as McCready looked 5-hole.
That's a great cut, though. We haven't seen Vancouver coming through the middle a lot tonight. That's classic McCready.
Yeah, you got to get inside. Just got it. That'll open up your outside shooters. And McCready and Durston, the two offensive players here for Vancouver that need to do that job. Shatler down low. A little corkscrew pass to Doby, and he stepped in the crease.
The Roughnecks do a good job getting inside themselves. Doby just caught too far onto the righty side.
John Lentz, one touch here to Logan Schuss, who stays on. Feeds to McCready off the bench, and a rocket high over top of the goal on Chiliano. Quick possession there on Vancouver. Ball goes right back to the Roughnecks as we cross the 5-minute mark here of quarter 2. Under 10 minutes to go in the opening half. 7-4 Calgary, shot 16-50. On comes Digby. He'll feed back to Shatler. Wagner will step out on him. This is Katoni. Good double. Ball comes free. Out high, Digby with 8 on the shot clock. Digby into the corner. Shatler looking to feed. Finds Dixon high. He'll tuck around 2 bodies. Shoots and scores. A corkscrew past Tyler Richards on the short side. And that will do it for Tyler Richards. In will come Ty Belanger to see his first action here this season.
And I think that's more Tyler Richards pulling himself than anything. Looking at the bench, Badley wasn't really looking unless there was subtle communication. I think Richards just knows it's time to take a little breather right now. And you're right, Ty Belanger, his first taste in the net for the Vancouver Stealth.
And as a good shooter will do, Curtis Dixon has been setting Tyler Richards up with a series of shots going to the far side, and had Richards leaning the wrong way and puts it back short side on him as in comes Belanger.
So it doesn't take Curtis Dixon long to get a hat trick here in his home territory.
8-4 now with 9.5 to go in this second quarter. Tyler Burton, a face-off win. Can he corral the loose ball? Lentz right on him, chops the stick. Ball right in front of the Roughneck bench here, and it's still on the deck as now it comes free for Jarrett Toll. He'll work ahead here to Cornwall. Offense onto the floor here for the Stealth, and an important possession at that. Bounce pass for Dutch. Trying to get around Harnett, who knocked it free. Dutch battling it here. Comes up with it now. Circles around the goal. 10 on the shot clock for number 10. Now McCready. Schuss wants it out high, and he gets it. Here's Logan Schuss with 5 on the shot clock. Flip to Corey Small. Loads. Shoots. Missed the goal. And that'll be a shot clock violation on the Vancouver Stealth. And we are going to break. Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse. Back after this.
The National Lacrosse League logo honors its over 30 years of history, but also pushes towards a new era, a new day. An updated colorway of black and silver illuminates the way forward, with technology and innovation as our mandate. The Shield captures the warrior spirit of the physical battle of sport while being modern enough to appeal to new audiences. The goal. By extruding the shape of the shield, the container is one that is a nod to the ubiquitous shape of a lacrosse goal. The original 4 arrows representing the founding of our league with 4 professional box lacrosse teams. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New Jersey, Philadelphia converge to create the NLL star, a modern interpretation of a star that combines both the arrows of the original 4 teams and a Native American morning star. The 4 arrows converge to create the heart of the star representing the current teams and the fans who are the beacon of the future of the National Lacrosse League. This is the National Lacrosse League.
Here we go, turn and burn.
The numbers here for Vancouver as Lintz will stay out there for the time being. And now he'll head for the bench for the change as Durston will make way for Logan Schuss. Keegan Ball to Reese Dutch. 13 on the shot clock as the Stealth gets set up. Dutch holding. Durston out high. Right back to Dutch. Ball looks for the back door. Dutch working against McRae. Flips. Here's Ball. Got to shoot. He will, but it's late and it's wide. And no shot on goal on that possession there for the Stealth.
Kept at bay by the Calgary Roughnecks, not letting any cutters come through and keeping the shooters way far out, not able to get a decent shot off at all.
Carnegie will find Digby. He'll make the change. There's Digby driving low. Circles back high. Good defense there from Wagner. Feet inside, and the ball comes loose, but a penalty call here to come to Vancouver. And I think that was the Roughnecks' own stick that made contact with his own head here. I'm not sure if we'll get a replay TV side, but the Stealth are going to head back to the penalty box here. And the Roughneck power play has been killing Vancouver so far.
Doherty's throwing his arms up in the air like it was a bit of a soft one. It was a nice slide to come over and crunch Katoni and take the opportunity away. But the Stealth will sit because of it and see if they've made some adjustments on the PK.
They'll call it a hold on O'Doherty, as Berg will get things started. Dixon, Digby, Berg, Doby, Shetler, your 5-man unit. Berg with a hammer, and that one goes wide. Rockets off the end wall. Now he'll find Doby in a corkscrew shot handled by Belanger. Belanger been tested a couple of times. Here's Doby again stepping in, and a dunk attempt handled by Belanger once more. Now Beers got grabbed, no call. It's Justin Salt on the break, one Roughneck back. Finds a man off the bench. McCready down low. Dutch steps into the middle. Fakes, takes, save from Chiliano. And then it's poked in from Salt. And they wave it off on a crease violation. Batley might want to challenge this one.
Emphatically waved off. And they're saying it's off this. No, they're saying you batted the
That's
ball.
a goal. That's a goal. Batley's got to challenge this.
Referee saying it's batted, though.
That's okay. Isn't it? Pretty sure you're allowed to do that, Brad. Here's Dixon. Doby. Now Dixon, and he scores. And I don't know.
No, you can't pull.
Okay. If you say so, I'll take your word for it. I should probably know.
You can't poke, but Curtis Dixon comes back and shuts the crowd up anyways, as he normally does. Rolls a nice carpet burner, short side, past Ty Belanger. Fourth of the night here in the first half from Dixon.
Odd goal from, or odd attempt, I guess, from Salt. You don't see that very often.
Desperation attempt. It's human nature. A ball's bouncing in front of you, you swing something at it. And he just poked the stick out.
So now the biggest lead of the game here for Calgary at 5. 9-4. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Stealth got to find a way to stem the tide here. Staying out of the box would be a good start. There's Dobie with a shot. Belanger's got that one. And outlets quickly, as it'll be Wagner to clear through center. McCready off the bench. There's Corey Small to Logan Schuss with 16 on the shot clock. Lowers in the shoulder. Ball got knocked free. And that's Curtis Dixon with the strip there on Schuss. You don't see that very often, Brad Challoner. Curtis Dixon back on defense and with a caused turnover.
No, nice and sneaky. It's been a night for Dixon so far.
There's Dobie off the half boards with it. Back to Dixon. He's got the hot stick. Look out. Into the middle. Juke move. Dixon over the shoulder. Hits Schattler in behind the goal. And Vancouver and Justin Salt will come up with it. In need of a goal. Salt will hand off to McCready. Now Reese Dutch. Lob high here for Durston. He'll slide down the boards with it. Got a pick from Small. They'll feed back to Small. There's the good rotation from Calgary. Dutch, quick pass, Durston. Sidearm shot, and he finds the top corner. Oh, that's a big goal for Jordan Durston. His first of the season, and it was a pinpoint shot to the far side top corner.
That'll look good and sound good on the U-Hawk hammer he's sporting on his helmet. But yeah, Jordan Durston finally breaks the seal. He was playing great his first 2 games. And people will look at the score sheet and say, hey, this secondary guy's not scoring, but he's been setting picks and getting huge assists. And the Wallaceburg Wonder finally hits the back of the net. It's 9-5.
Just a nice low to high release there from Durston. And right up into the top corner. Back to center we go. Toll pulls it free. Bodies hit the deck. Scramble for this loose ball. And they are getting after it down there right now. And it'll come up with the stick of Chris O'Doherty. But he's surrounded by Roughnecks and turns the ball over.
Yeah, didn't put that ball where he wanted. He wanted to headman into the corner, but no one there.
Now the Roughnecks with 8 seconds to get it up and over. Lintz will try and cut off McIntosh. Knock the ball free. McIntosh and Lintz will battle for it now. Ball smacked ahead. Cornwall had his stick chopped right out of his hands. Now Lintz overran it. Schattler from his knees trying to come up with it and will. One of the best stick handlers in the game, Jeff Schattler, but he threw that one away as Matt Beers picked it off. Numbers here for Vancouver. Beers down the middle. Dutch can't handle that pass as it was a softie, and it handcuffed Dutch.
I think that hit his stick too. I think Carnegie got in the lane.
Probably one that Beers needs to pull the trigger on coming right down Main Street.
Yeah, with speed like that.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the half. A 4-goal lead here for Calgary, 9-5. Around the screen comes Lowen and feeds high to Digby. 10 on the shot clock, rink wide feed. Over the top, and Katoni whistled that one high. Now Berg, backhand shot, and he missed that one as he had Belanger leading. And that one will go out of play. One more break to come. 3:54 to go, second quarter. Roughnecks lead at 9-5. This is Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
1 in 5 Canadians.
On the take, scores. Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot. Hit the goal post inside, he scores.
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
good, so good, so good, so good. Vancouver, ba ba ba. Little Neil Diamond will get the boys going. That gets the juices flowing.
And he'll bounce one here for Bierce. McCready wants it. Look out from behind. Had his stick checked and out of play it goes. Fans, don't forget the NLL would like to welcome Sports Interaction, an official partner in Canada for the 2017 season. Sports Interaction, Canada's home for worldwide sports betting. Bet responsibly at sportsinteraction.com. Westberg, feet inside. That one batted down as Ian Hawksby comes up with it. And lobs ahead here to Ryan Wagner as he takes a check from behind. Referee says, get up. A low pass there for Dutch. He fishes it off the carpet. 18 on the shot clock as the pass comes near side. Logan Schuss. Corey Small waits in the middle. Schuss flips. Small shoots. Bounce shot. And Chiliano has the stick save as he drops down on top of that ball.
Yeah, he's expecting that now. There's been a couple low outside bouncers from Corey Small. He scored a couple, but Chiliano knows they're coming. Just switch it up.
Now shots 24-17 in favor of the Riggers, who lead it by 4, 9-5, 2.5 to go. Dixon one-on-one with O'Doherty. Step back hard, feet across for Katoni. And Matt Bierce with an interception off the boards. O'Doherty now from Kinnelon, New Jersey. Spends his time in Seattle. Durston looking to feed. Wants to get it to Dutch and does with 12 in the shot clock. Whips a pass near side. Corey Small had some room. Now steps into the middle. Keegan Ball. 6 in the shot clock. Ball off the shoulder at Chiliano.
Crossbar.
And Logan Schuss will pick it up, a new 30. Schuss on the flipper. Durston finds it. Step around. Durston lost it on the fake. Now Schattler has it stolen right back by Durston, and a new 30 here for the still. And they'll say Calgary possession, and that's why they wind the shot clock. Hard checking there from Harnett on Durston. Down low for Schuss now. Power move into the middle. Schuss falling down, got a shot off. And put it wide as Calgary comes up with the ball. 90 seconds to go here in the half. As Schattler been out there for a while now, stops up at center. He might want to change.
Next goal is a big one. Stealth have yet to score 2 in a row so far tonight. They've got the 5th goal right now, the last goal. And if they can get a run together at end this quarter, get some momentum.
This is Digby working on Lintz. Digby into the middle, rips one, and Belanger fights it off. Loose ball. What do we got? Push on the back. It'll be Calgary possession. A new 30 here for the Roughnecks now as Westberg will get things going. Flips to Dixon. Has to take it off the boards. He'll bounce one across the floor for Dean Doby. They work the two-man game here with Lowen and Doby. Doby on a move down low. Bounces it for Lowen. This one's going to end up back over across center. Lintz going to try and run onto it. Dixon will beat him to it. This will be a back over on the Roughnecks with 45 seconds to go. Vancouver possession. And somebody's got to get to that loose ball. McCready will pick it up and circle in behind the goal. McCready right in on Manning. Shoots! And Chiliano down makes
them together. And a lot of these kids, they live on social media these days, so to be able to provide them a new angle, even after the game, to see these highlights is going to be extremely engaging. And the National Lacrosse League is a big part of growing the game, and we're happy to assist in that.
A very sleek and compact design for these cameras. I think players are going to really enjoy wearing them. What went into the design here?
Well, we knew we wanted to be here someday. And in order to do that, we had to think of a camera that was going to be, sleek and slick enough that the player would forget he's even wearing it. So we wanted to design something, that would do just that and kind of embody the essence of an athlete. And, the great benefit is that these players now actually get to see the game again from their own eyes, and to be able to do that game over game throughout the course of a season is really going to help them perform, and they're excited about it as well.
Well, lacrosse is such a tough sport, and hitting is involved here. So how much of a beating can these cameras take?
Well, I think we're going to put them to the test today. So, they're very strong, they're very durable, and they sit in just the right spot. So we're going to find out.
Shay, we got the chance to catch up with some of the players to see what they thought of the new U-Hawk camera.
Hey, I'm Jesse Gamble, the Toronto Rock in the NLL, and this
everyone, Mia Gordon here from NLL Productions, and we have some exciting breaking news for you today. The NLL has announced a partnership for this upcoming season with Epic Lacrosse. We are joined now with NLL Commissioner Nick Sakevich, as well as owner and founder of Epic Lacrosse, James Maselli. So let's get right into it. Nick, I want to send this to you. Can you talk to us a little bit more about this partnership?
Yeah, so we've been really focused on a lot of the endemic category sponsors, and we're proud to announce that Epic's joining us with many of our previously announced companies like Under Armour and String King. We're really excited to bring Epic on board. They're a best-in-class producer of incredibly good lacrosse equipment, great lacrosse equipment that our players will have access to. Love the company's core values and commitment to lacrosse, and it's really exciting to bring world-class companies like this to the league.
James, what are you looking forward to most joining the NLL in 2017?
Yeah, Mia, thanks for having me today. At Lacrosse, we're very excited. This is our first partnership with a pro league, and we're excited that the best lacrosse players in the world will be using our gear next season, from sticks and heads and mesh to shafts, gloves, arm guards, shoulder pads. They're using the whole lineup that we have.
James, I know you guys have a set of engineers at Epic Lacrosse to create the best possible equipment. So can you take us through that process?
Sure, absolutely. I think it all begins with a passion and love for the game, and all of our engineers who range from composite engineers to material engineers to mechanical engineers, have all played lacrosse. So they have a understanding of the game unlike any other. We don't have to try to explain what we're looking for. They understand the feel. They understand the performance attributes that players want. So with that, the rest of the company, every single person in our company has actually played lacrosse as well, including our accounting department, marketing department. So we all get in a room and we brainstorm. We like to think of ourselves as problem solvers, and we understand what is wrong with the game or what do we want to fix things from an equipment standpoint, and we brainstorm and we figure it out. And the process is probably the most fun part of my job. I would think that they agree as well. And we just continue looking for new materials, new process, manufacturing techniques that can build better products for us.
What do you believe will be the biggest difference for these players while using this new equipment?
Sure. I think it's going to come down to feel. Feel is one of those words that it's hard to attach other descriptors around it. We just can say, hey, it feels better. And some of the feedback that we've gotten from the players initially is, wow, I can't believe how nice these gloves feel. We can put a bunch of marketing and technical aspects behind that, but the feel of the product is really what separates it. We're using better materials, better manufacturing process to improve that feel and the connection point between the player and his equipment. And I think the moment that players actually put the gloves on or use one of our sticks, they immediately feel the difference between everything that they've ever used in their career. And we're seeing that every day when we're sending product out to our potential players for this season.
Nick, I know that you said you believe partnering with Epic Lacrosse will take the game to the next level. Can you elaborate on this?
Well, the sport of lacrosse is growing so dynamically on both sides of the border, both in Canada and the U.S., and Epic understands that, and all of our partners understand that. And I think the timing for the sport and where we're going to see the sport grow in the next 5 to 10 years is going to be exponential. And having partners like Epic on board and in our family of marketing partners is going to help us grow the sport even further, be it at the grassroots level, like kids playing in high school. We see a huge increase in women playing the game. And at the professional level, the fact that we have a partner like Epic and others that we've announced in the last several weeks is really critical for a league like ours to grow.
Well, a very exciting announcement today, gentlemen. Thank you both so much for joining me. Cannot wait to see what this partnership will bring in 2017. For NLL Productions, I'm Mia Gordon.
largest database is in the Lower Mainland, with over 9,000 buyers who work exclusively with our team. Whether you live in Richmond, Vancouver, Burnaby, or New West, if you want to sell your home quickly and for top dollar, contact us today. Go to rickgetsyouMore.com. List it, sell it, and move on. rickgetsyouMore.com.
This is Stealth Lacrosse on TSN 1410.
Welcome back inside the Langley Events Center, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse, right here on NLL TV and TSN Radio. Jake Elliott, Brad Schellner with you. Fans, don't miss out on your chance to see all the action live this season on NLLTV.com. Sign up for the NLL Pass to watch all the games for your favorite team. Plus, you get exclusive content, highlights, interviews, and more. All right here on NLLTV.com. Stealth in black, Roughnecks in white. 9-5 your score as third quarter action about to get going. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in quarter number 3, and a loose ball up for grabs off the draw. As Calgary shorthanded here to start the third quarter. And Vancouver will come up with possession, as it is Ty Belanger to start the second half, who came in relief of Tyler Richards in that second quarter.
He's only allowed one since that time, adding a calming presence right now. But as we mentioned, Stealth need to stay out of the box, starting this one on the power play, a chance to get on a run.
Corey Small at the point, stepping in, goes to touch, quick shot. Chiliano down, makes the save as he covers so much net. When he drops down like that, it's tough to find spots on the big Frank Chiliano.
Yeah, you think you can go upstairs when he drops to his knees, but even Frankie from his knees is almost up to the top shelf. It's crazy.
Very similar to Brody McDonald in that regard. And check the rule book at halftime, Brad. And in fact, that non-goal call for Justin Salt was in fact the right call. You are not allowed to poke at the ball without having possession first. As Lintz will let the shot clock die here on the Roughnecks, and Vancouver will still have 15 seconds to work with on the power play, but they got to get to work quickly here, and now they have to be wary of Manning coming out of the penalty box. Keegan Ball down on the near crease, Reese Dutch up top, Corey Small, Logan Schuss 1-2. Here's Small stepping in to Dutch, back to Schuss, steps in, fires, and that's off the elbow of Chiliano. Rings around the boards, and Manning will pounce on that loose ball right out of the penalty box. Maybe numbers here for Calgary now as Manning with a head of steam comes right in, and a check from behind by Reese Dutch knocked that ball free.
Nice hustle back for Reese Dutch. I know Jamie Badley, as good as Reese Dutch is, an 111-point guy, he wants him to be almost more involved in the game. That's why you see him taking a face-off early. That's why you see him on the back check and doing a couple of D shifts lately as well.
McCready trying to squirm his way to the crease on Chiliano, and back comes Tyson Bell quickly. Look out, scores! Quick transition there from the Roughnecks, and Bell beats Belanger 5-hole. And it's back to a 5-goal Roughneck lead here at 10-5.
And again, the Vancouver South can string 2 in a row as Tyson Bell ends the 1-goal run and gets up the floor so quick. And when the Roughnecks are at their best, they're stretching the floor like that, and just easy finish for Tyson Bell. It doesn't give Belanger much, keeps the stick close to the shoulder, no pump fakes, nothing, just throws it low.
So back to center here with Toll and Burton. And saying that Toll going 11 for 15 in that opening half in the face-off dot. Here's Burton with a high shot. That one went over top of the goal. Wagner trying to run onto it, Lucy. He will, but 3 Roughnecks are back. On comes Dutch with some speed. Vancouver's got to get it going here in the second half. Jordan Durston, who had a goal in that opening half, little tuck and go, flips it to nobody in particular. Dutch will pick it up with 10 on the shot clock. Reese Dutch to Joel McCready. He'll work in, puts the ball in one hand, shoots it, and that one's blocked easily by Cummings, who will clear through center. Digby in the middle, he's wide open. Digby scores. How does Tyler Digby get that open right in the middle of the floor? And Calgary now stretches the lead to 6.
Big body just pops free. Right through the middle and a nice laser top shelf. Tyler Digby against his former team. Stings it short side.
Such an accurate shooter for a big man as Tyler Digby. And he loves that short side.
You know, 8 BC boys in the lineup tonight for the Calgary Roughnecks. And I mentioned in the pregame that those guys can either go two ways. They could either have bad games inside the Langley Event Center because there's too many distractions, it's a little too comfy for them, or they can come up big. Riley Lowen's got a pair tonight. Curtis Dixon has 4. Tyler Dickey has 2 as the BC boys are rolling.
Down 6 now here for Vancouver, but they come up with possession off the draw, courtesy of Jared Toll. In behind the goal for Logan Schuss. McIntosh will track him back there. Schuss around the screen, fires, and that one got deflected. The referee sets a little bit of a pick. Schuss comes up with the ball. They give him a new 30, and Chiliano wondering why. And I think they're going to count it down here. And they're calling out the shot clock. Late in the shot clock here for Vancouver as Corey Small will drive, fires, gets a shut off. And Chiliano with an elbow stop there keeps it out. John Harnett will leg it across center and bounces for brother Greg, but it wasn't a great pass. Greg does come up with it with Durston draped all over him. Now Lintz with the over-the-head check. The ball pops free here for Doby. 15 on the shot clock for Doby, and now a delayed call coming here to Vancouver. And I think it's going to be Jordan Durston. Feet inside. Berg can't make the catch off the feed from Dixon. And there goes the whistle. And that is not a good penalty there for the sophomore Durston.
No, an offensive player on a way off for a chain chops Greg Harnett down to the ground. You know Greg Harnett's going to goad you into one, and you don't have to go there. Jordan Durston with an undisciplined 2-minuter here.
Illegal body check to call on Durston. So another opportunity for the Roughneck man advantage, which has been deadly here this evening. 2 for 3. At the half, Vancouver just 1 for 6, and that's really kind of been the difference. Justin Salt finds a loose ball, runs over Dane Doby, finds a man off the bench in Corey Small. Salt still coming.
Salt was trying to clear Berg out of the way like a wide receiver on the run, trying to swim through traffic.
Joe McCready will pull wide. Dutch trying to open himself up. McCready into the middle of the floor. 3 on the shot clock. McCready runs himself into traffic, and the shot clock will expire. It'll be Calgary ball. And still 1 minute and 20 to work with here in the man advantage as Vancouver can't get a shot on goal shorthanded. 27-25 your shots on goal in favor of the Roughnecks now, who lead by 6. Catoni out for a power play shift. Doby at the shooter, trying to get into the middle as Hogarth cuts him off. There's Lowen with a whipper. Another stop, this time Belanger comes up with it.
And credit McFettridge with the save too. He got in the way of that Riley Lowen shot.
And that hit a Roughneck player off the bench, and that's got to be too many men.
Yeah, they'll get a penalty.
We'll figure it out when we come back. 9:57 here to go third quarter. 11-5 Roughnecks. This is Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Here with Sean from Indoor Car.
Got Digby on the take, scores! Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot, hit the goal post inside, he scores!
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
Come on now, a little D, a little O.
Seconds. Here's Curtis Dixon up to Catoni. Skip feed down to Berg. Doby in the middle, wanted it, didn't get it. Catoni holding, firing. Belanger stopping. And looks to outlet quickly. Fires to a man off the bench, and Small tried to reach up for that one and couldn't corral. And the Roughnecks get it right back. Another turnover on Vancouver. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Dixon with it. Catoni. Dixon works in, fires off the shoulder of Belanger. Doby tried to kick at it. Ball still loose. Doby comes out with it. Berg holding, feeding. Doby shooting, scoring.
299 on the career from 44 as he comes right through the middle on the power play all day long on the doorstep. 12-5.
Just an unlucky bounce there. And maybe a little courtesy of a sunker kick there from Doby to keep the play alive. And then a nice little flip to Berg, and then the give and go. Right back to Doby on top of the crease. Pumps it low on Belanger. And it's the biggest lead of the game now for Calgary. 12-5.
Doby just stayed in the middle. He didn't even back out. He just stayed right in the middle. Everybody left him alone.
It's been a reoccurring theme here tonight. Wide open Roughnecks in the middle of the floor, and that's a recipe for disaster. Ball loose in the corner. Cornwall trying to kick it free. And Jarrett Toll will come out of there with it as he looks for an open man and finds Cornwall. He'll have to leg it up here. And the man tracking him from behind. Cornwall just gets it across center in time. Manning working him over. Keegan Paul takes a back check. He's got McFedrich open. Finds Cornwall open as Schuss and put it right into the midsection of Chiliano.
Good communication though. Cornwall was barking the whole time to Pete McFedrich that Logan was wide open. Able to get a decent shot off as he picks it off.
And then tried to cross over. And Chiliano stopped him again. Now Hodgson, the captain, will run to open green turf here at the LAC. Line change in the works here for Vancouver, down 7. 8 minutes to go, quarter 3, Logan Schuss. Finds Reese Dutch, and he overran the pass, takes it off the half boards. Dutch sliding down, loads, shoots, and had room short side. Chiliano just got a chunk and then finds it on the back of his net. Cummings back the other way. Tyson Bell will take over. It's 2-on-2. Here comes the trailer, Jeff Schattler. Schattler with 2 goals and 3 assists in that opening half. The consummate pro. Now Dixon. Digby runs a pick for him. Dixon into the middle. Feed to the crew. Ty Belanger with a rub job on Schattler. Mark it down. Plays of the week. Here it comes. Oh my. Here comes Corey Smallback the other way. He had the ball checked. Ty Belanger with a desperation stick save, and it was rubbery.
Crowd appreciates it here at the LEC. That's something to cheer about right now.
Well, that'd be a momentum swinger. Catoni will go for a run. Belanger will try and cut him off. Now Catoni will spin back as the net was open. Here is Lowen from the point. Digby back to Lowen. Loads up. Fires, hit a body as Jarrett Toll just soaked that one.
Belanger just getting himself involved right now.
Now Salty. Justin Salt will sprint up. Back to 5-on-5 we go. 7-goal lead here for Calgary. As Joel McCready into the zone. Looks in behind and finds Reese Dutch. 13 on the shot clock for Dutch up against McCray. Dutch backs away, feet across. Here's Schuss, feed it back to McCready. Spins, McCready! And he missed short side. Had Chiliano falling, but missed the goal.
Yeah, right idea. McCready shaking his head as he holds off. He knows he's snake bit.
It's been a tough night all around for the Vancouver offense here.
Well, it's been coming so easy for McCready the last 2 seasons. Back 30 goals his first year in Vancouver, 29 last season.
Here's Westberg, the flip, Dixon, skip, Lowen, shot, Belanger the save, ball goes airborne. And Matt Beers there to snag it. He's going to try and run it past Schattler. He'll give him a wrap, then gives him a hole. No arm goes up, still Beers with it. Feed. Here's Keegan Paul, and he put it off the shoulder of Chiliano. Takes a ricochet around the boards, and Tyson Bell will turn it up floor here. Finds the trailer, Catoni. Dangling. The former Hopkins Blue Jay will settle things down.
He's so strong on the ball for a rookie. A big physical body, but just able to drop that one hand and shake off a defender. He's a solid kid.
Here's Catoni, whipper, and that one wide short side. Bounces high for Dixon. 5 on the shot clock. That ball picked up by Hogarth, who goes down, gets back up. Tommy Hogarth, feed for Wagner. Down the wrong side of the floor for him, finds the trailer, Hogarth. And And he'll back it out here for Dutch as he takes another shot. Dutch will get a pick from Hogarth, who will stay out and place him out. Show and go for Logan Schuss. Peels out of the corner with it, feet across the crease, and Dutch couldn't bring that one in as he'll head for the bench as the Roughnecks pick it up. Under 5 minutes to go, 4:43. That was Reese Dutch, not happy with himself. And now Digby, some frustration down on that Stealth bench, no doubt.
Almost every player coming off after a shift now is angry they can't beat Chiliano. Chiliano's been sharp, but I still want to see different shot selection from the Stealth.
Here's Digby inside, had a check from behind. Nice stick work there from Hawksby. Toll on the break. Feeds into the middle of the floor for McFederich, who can glide with the best of them. Here's Pete McFederich with a lane, doesn't use it. Feeds off to Corey Small, says, let's settle down, let's get a change.
Yeah, they haven't had a good sustained 30 in a while. It's been a bit scrambly in the O-zone.
Durston takes a stiff cross check as on comes McCready. This is Keegan Ball with it. Backing in, stepping back, fakes, takes, scores!
Someone had to take
5-hole on Chiliano that time from Keegan Ball.
Someone had to take matters into their own hands, and it was Keegan Ball who shakes off his defender, gives himself a nice step, and then throws it low past Chiliano. 12-6. Just enough space to push off Barnett, back up, and a nice shot right through the 5-hole.
Back to center we go. Burton wins this draw. Comes up with the ball as well and finds Tyson Bell open. Roughnecks pour ahead here, but now Bell will pull out and bounce it across the floor here for Curtis Dixon. Hogarth works him down into the corner, and Dixon rolls it back up for Schattler, and a nice handle there. Salt will hand off there to Toll. And now Catoni, as he works into the middle, feeds off to Westberg. He'll drive low on O'Doherty, slips down, and now we got a pick. And it's going to result in a penalty to Curtis Dixon, who stepped into Hogarth. And Hogarth, feeling that pick from Dixon, will head to the penalty box.
Stealth are asking for 5. It hit the bucket of Thomas Hogarth.
Kurt Malowski asking for a dive on Hogarth.
Yeah, I think we're going to get the TV timeout in the meantime.
We will go to break. 3:26 to go, third quarter. Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse is back after this.
Let's get off to a great start here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Rock! It's game time. Rock and roll! Up! Leave him! Get up! Help! Wait, we just...
Back underway here for Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse inside the Langley Event Center, and a man advantage here for the Stealth, down 6. And there's an errant pass that'll end up back across center, a turnover on Vancouver as they don't register a shot on that possession. Fans, don't forget to sign up for the latest NLL news delivered to you right in your inbox. Visit NLL.com and sign up for the NLL newsletter right now.
Stealth 2 for 6 on the man advantage tonight, largely because the ball's been in the hands of the Calgary Roughnecks. They've got a shorty, but when you got Jeff Schattler, Curtis Dixon, and the like out there, they can kill time with the best of them.
Oh no, Dixon here for this short man unit as he is in the penalty box as Westberg trying to create a shot, does, but he bounced it off the head of McFederich as John Lintz will collect off the glass. Puts a hand out and says, settle down here, boys. We got a man advantage. Here's Corey Small as he darts around John Harnett. Reese Dutch will take over. 16 on the shot clock as Small will set it up for the point. Schuss, Small, Dutch. Back to Small, loading, firing, and just missed. Rebound chance, Ball got tripped up. Got his legs tangled. Now Durston drops one, and the shot clock will expire here on Calgary, or on Vancouver. It'll be Calgary ball.
just drop passes in the offensive zone. You don't see that very often from the Vancouver Stealth.
It's just a different looking team than we saw last weekend, Brad. No question about it. 40 seconds to go in the penalty time to Dixon as now Dobie crowbar to the carpet. And Jared Toll will bounce ahead here for Justin Sultan. Maybe one more opportunity to come here on the man advantage, and they could desperately use one now. Ball, Dutch, Small, Schuss, Durston.
And look out for 17 popping out of the penalty box.
Here's Reese Dutch, feet inside and hammered from behind was Small. Now Durston missed a loose ball. And Dixon just 8 seconds away from coming out now. Long feet ahead, and Dutch missed a one-handed catch. Harnett, he'll come up with it. And out of the box comes Curtis Dixon. Vancouver now 2 for 8. Dixon with the ball. Lentz trying to get it back. And Dixon with 8 on the shot clock finds Shatler trying to get around McFitridge and scores. Oh, what a goal. No! Waved off in the crease on Jeff Shatler. And we'll see if Kurt Malowski wants to challenge this one.
Shatler's asking for it. They're not going to show the replay.
They only have to show...
They only have to show goals.
That's right.
They don't have to show a non-goal that's close.
Malowski thinks better of that challenge. Here's Durston, fires high. And Vancouver's done a lot of that here tonight as well. Their shot selection has been good, but their placement a little off as Dixon is on tonight as he steps into the middle and fires low on Belanger. Back to a 7-goal spread, 13-6 Calgary, as Dixon pots another.
High 5 for Curtis Dixon, 5th of the night, 13-6. He's early in his shot clock before anybody gets on the floor. He just knows he's got an opportunity. Belanger goes down, and Dixon with this patented low to high. Does that better than anybody in the National Lacrosse League.
I don't think either bench are particularly happy down there right now as we take you back to center with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Calgary wins possession off the faceoff. It's with Cummings. He's trying to play high and gives the Port Midi bounce pass to McRae. Hogarth tried to flip ahead. McFedridge following up, ducks around Bell. Here's numbers here for Vancouver. Feet across, Salt! And he tested Chiliano, who made the stop. And now Calgary's got the ball and can hang on for final possession of the third quarter. 34-31 your shots on goal. Calgary leads by 7. Shot clock off. Game clock down to 5 now. Got to hurry here for Calgary. Dobie looks. 2 seconds to go. Fires a pass across. Nobody home. And the third quarter will come to a close. A convincing, commanding lead here for the Roughnecks after 45 minutes of play. 13-6 your score when we return to Associated Labels and Packaging. Vancouver still
on the take, scores. Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot. Hit the goal post inside, he scores.
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
Have one, hey, Rosie? Come on, boys.
Commit to togetherness. Commit to team. Let's get off to a great start here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Run.
Nice seal, Hosser. Yeah, baby.
Right.
Thanks, fine, bro.
Yeah. Automatic.
Nice seal, Hosser. Hey, Hick, you just shoot it, eh, buddy?
Radio, Jake Elliott, Brad Schellner with you. 45 minutes in the books and 15 minutes to go here. And Calgary flipping the script on Vancouver from a week and a day ago. Up by 7 here with a quarter to play.
The message was short and sweet from Jamie Badley. Finish strong. Nothing is too out of reach. You just got to pull this one out.
And speaking of pulling it out, Colorado in overtime, 11-10 over the Black Wolves.
Who got the winner?
Couldn't tell you that. As blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Burton up with a loose ball. Looking for a man to pass off to. Burton in behind the goal. Vancouver look for them to pressure all quarter long here, and we'll see if that fitness of Vancouver can pay dividends here in the final frame. Dixon almost snuck it 5-hole on Boulanger, as Vancouver will shuffle off to Buffalo next weekend for a Saturday night game in Buffalo, New York against the 0-2 Bandits before they return home here to the LEC to take on the Georgia Swarm on the 28th. They'll head to Saskatchewan the night before as well, so a couple of more road games to come up for Vancouver before they return home. Here's ball to Dutch, loads, fires right on, and Chiliano takes that one up high and made the stop.
Outside shots all night. Chiliano's having no problem.
Doby off the bench, kick, stop there for Boulanger, and a big one at that. I don't know how he does it, but somehow Doby just seems to get an extra gear when it comes off the bench.
That's what good goal scorers do. They got that nose to the net.
Fake for Schuss, now passes, fires right on, and again the shot, and Schuss going to pick up a penalty, or is this going to be a dive?
They're both going to get it. And Calgary's not going to be happy. They've been wanting dives on Vancouver players all night long. But Manning's going to take it. Schuss is going to get one too.
A cross check from Schuss, and unsportsmanlike call from Manning. And it'll be offsetting. Miners will continue 5-on-5. It'll be roughneck possession. Well, I don't know if Vancouver just put added pressure on themselves here after starting out 2-0 and wanted to impress their home crowd, and they just look like a different team than a week ago, Brad.
Yeah, sort of the Calgary Roughnecks, though. They've been solid on defense. Frankie Chiliano, they desperately missed him, obviously, in week one. So this defense is really tightened up. They've only allowed Vancouver 33 shots.
Sure, you got to give them some credit as well, no question. Here's Wes Berg, quick feed for Shatler, right back to Wes. Bill dirt low, flip, Digby loads, tucks, Digby feeds. Oh, a dunk attempt goes wide from Lowett. As how about that for ball movement there from Calgary, but they come up empty. Chris O'Doherty will come up with a loose ball and shovel ahead here for Travis Cornwall.
But speaking of Berg, we mentioned he's only got 1 goal in 2 career games inside this building. A lot of BC boys flourish, but he's had a quiet night by his standards tonight. Hasn't found the back of the net yet.
Scored a few in junior, Brad.
Just a couple.
Here's McCready at the point. McCray gives him a hack. Now Corey Small with 5 on the shot clock. Small a drive low, a spin, shoots. Chiliano, easy pickings for the big man. And he's up with the loose ball. Dan McCray to Dixon, and that pass off the mark. And it's taken away there by Hawksby, and now Dixon going to draw a call as the arm goes up there for the official. Remember now, 3 officials for this 2017 season, going from 2 to 3 down on the floor. And delayed call on here against Calgary. 10 on the shot clock for Dutch now with the empty net. McCready to Keegan Ball. Durston through the middle. Ball up high for Dutch. Feeds to Salt. That pass, oh, look out, another penalty call coming, this time to McIntosh, who got up in the grill of Salt, who went down in a heap. And this should be a 2-man advantage here for Vancouver, and if they were ever going to mount a comeback, now would be the time.
Now 5-on-3 is like should be, when you're on point, should be like shooting fish in a barrel. You close in tight, work the ball around, get closer, 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 and then pick your spot, pick your shooter.
Fans, don't forget the NLL would like to welcome Sports Interaction as an official partner in Canada for the 2017 season. Sports Interaction, Canada's home for worldwide sports betting. Bet responsibly at sportsinteraction.com. 5 on the board for McIntosh, 2 on the board for Dixon, and a huge window of opportunity here for Vancouver, down 7.
Yeah, that
got to cash in here.
And that 5 on McIntosh won't bode well with the league either in his first game back from suspension.
Cornwall will stay high. Small. Durston, Dutch, Crease, McCready can't put it in. And Harnett will beat Dutch to the corner for the loose ball. Dutch will chop it free. McCready trying to come up with it. Carney will race against him. And McCready just shoves him aside and comes up with a penalty.
Nice loose ball effort by 55.
So it's essentially a 4-on-3 down low with Cornwall playing the safety valve. Here's Dutch, steps into one, and Chiliano closes down the 7-hole. And now Harnett goes down and sheds his gloves and stick. As I don't know if that one got up in the throat area of Harnett or not. Dutch can't believe it.
Harnett looks like he's considerable pain right now, though. Malowski wants Dutch gone.
Schuss and Manning will be released from the penalty box after their coincidental minors, as Harnett still gets attended to down in the Roughnecks zone as Dutch makes the walk to the penalty box as the officials talk it over. As Kurt Malowski barking at the officials saying it was right in the throat. I didn't see it. Harnett up. And he'll walk off under his own power. And now I think Malowski might have just taken a pen. I don't know what's going on right now, Brad. They're pointing in every direction, players alike.
Harnett's going to get something.
I think the bench might have got something as well.
They're
just have to all wait.
Greg Harnett, so he might end up getting an unsportsmanlike out of this.
We'll just have to all wait until it all shakes down here. Yeah. Dutch gets 5.
They might be calling this an acting job on Greg Harnett.
Well, how do you put 5 up on the board for Dutch if it's an acting job? He must have said something to the official. But that penalty won't even start until Dixon's expires, as Calgary already had 2 men in the box.
That's a long ways to go.
So now it's a 4-on-3 here for Vancouver, but Roughneck possession.
And Vancouver without Reese Dutch for the next 5 minutes, down by 7 goals late in the cross.
Not going to help.
Dutch working on 6-point night already tonight to go to his league leading 16 points coming into this one.
These two teams went 2-2 against each other last season,
with the home team winning every time.
Yeah, but you look at their head-to-head record lifetime against each other, and Vancouver with a winning record in Calgary, Calgary with a winning record in Vancouver.
Stealth with the edge all time overall. But flipping the script this year, as both two teams want to play spoilers in their home openers.
Now what are we going to do, Brad? Face it off at center? Penalty shot. Is it a penalty shot? I think we got a penalty shot here, Brad. And Corey Small is going to take it. So because Harnett took the 3rd penalty and then there was another one after that, it's an automatic penalty shot here for Corey Small, and I'm not sure why Dixon's coming out of the box. And Dixon with a few words for Corey Small on his way back.
Whispering some words of encouragement into Corey Small's ear. They're all smiles, though.
Corey Small against Frank Chiliano. Penalty shot. Small will weave out wide to the right. In he comes. Small fakes, takes, scores!
The hat-trick goal for Corey Small, as he goes far side across the crease of Chiliano.
So it will remain now, Brad, 4-on-3 Vancouver. As Harnett's got 2 minutes up. McIntosh still with 4:18, and the 5-minute major for Reese Dutch will begin on the whistle.
2 minutes just came off the Harnett.
Now a race for a loose ball, and Belanger will pop out of his crease to play this one. Jared Toll will scoop it up, takes a stiff check there from Burton. And now we got a penalty call coming against Calgary, I think, for having an open gate at the bench. Man, what a wacky fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is just getting weird down here.
Trying to keep it all straight for you. Here's Corey Small, steps in, and he just missed far side. And Harnett will race to this loose ball. As the whistle goes, is this another penalty shot? It is.
Oh my
goodness. This could be an NLL record right here, Brad.
I've never seen two in such short succession.
Two
like
penalty shots for the same team in what, Brad? Maybe 45 seconds? I'll get out the stats crew back at NLL headquarters. I have never seen this before.
They're going to let Corey Small take it again, and why wouldn't you?
And now Harnett comes out of the penalty box.
Yeah, Dixon was released when the last penalty shot. Best case scenario.
I think Tyler Richards likes it down there, Bradley. So Cummings into the penalty box. Corey Small back to center. Frank Chiliano waits for him. And now they're saying Cummings cannot serve it. And now they say he can.
Well, McIntosh is the in-home, and he's already in there for a 5-minute major.
Here comes Corey Small on the penalty shot one more time. He'll scoop it up at center. Swerves wide again. In he comes with a little stutter step. Fake, and Chiliano this time stopped him.
Tried to mix it up and come back short side that time, and Chiliano
just
outweighs Corey Small.
Just got enough. That's a big stop there for Frankie. And man, oh man, he did everything in his power to keep it out. Sold out on it. And it remains a 6-goal Roughneck lead, 13-7 with 10:42 to go in the final frame.
The goaltenders, Christian Del Bianco and Tyler Richards down here looking at each other, laughing, glad that they're not in their respective nets right now on 2 penalty shots.
I've never seen that before. Never. You never know here in the NLL. That's what you love about this league and game.
Exactly.
Power play here for Vancouver, 4-on-3. No Reese Dutch, though. Here's Corey Small around a screen, scores! And that'll quiet Chiliano down after that penalty shot stop.
Someone's got to get some momentum after all this craziness. And right now it's coming up Vancouver with the penalty shot goal. Then Corey Small makes good on the missed opportunity, his 4th of the night. It's a 5-goal game with lots of time left, folks.
We saw a monumental comeback here for Vancouver last season against these very same Roughnecks. And it was that man right there with the overtime winner, Corey Small.
I think that was a 7-goal hole at half they climbed out of.
So now we are back to 4-on-4. Hard hit from behind. Ball comes loose, and they're going to say Roughneck ball. McRae will scoop it up and find an open Jeff Shattler. As we approach 10 minutes to go, as back on comes Dixon. He's out there with Berg, Adobe, and Shattler. And Westberg with it. Spins back into the middle. Dixon will roll to the goal. Ball knocked down. Here's Justin Salt trying to race away. Salt with Westberg to beat, and he thinks better of that, and we'll get the offense out there. Nice work there from Justin Salt to get possession back here for Vancouver. Durston finds an open McCready. Lowers in on Bell. Trying to slice through the double. Does. Here's McCready. Scores! Here come the Stoke. It's 13-9.
McCready been trying the post up all night long. Spins on Bell, crease diving in. 4-goal hole.
9:33 to go. And we will play more 4-on-4 as Dutch and McIntosh remain in the box.
And you have to think with the expectation put on fitness out of the Vancouver style, the 4-on-4 lacrosse is going to favor these guys late.
Burton yanks it free, ball in feet. Picked up by Kearney. They want to double the ball carrier and they're knock it free, but nobody knows where it is except for Burton. Shot clock running here against the Roughnecks while the ball's on the carpet. And a big old scrum along the boards. Ball batted to center. They'll say it's off a stealth stick. Play on. Shot clock down to 8, however. Doby will work ahead. Be ready to help. Doby around a screen, fires right on, and Belanger takes that one in the midsection. A chance to get it within 3 here for Vancouver. Logan Schuss. Little AC/DC fires up inside the Langley Event Center. Here's Schuss into the middle, fires high. Big bouncing ball will come out for Joel McCready. Still 12 on the shot clock. Goes to Ball. Ball lowers in the shoulder. Stutter step. Hard pick there from McCready. And that'll be a change of possession when we come back. 8:33 to go, fourth quarter. Roughnecks lead at 13-9. This is Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
The National Lacrosse League logo honors its over 30 years of history, but also pushes towards a new era, a new day. An updated colorway of black and silver illuminates the way forward, with technology and innovation as our mandate. The Shield captures the warrior spirit of the physical battle of sport while being modern enough to appeal to new audiences. The goal. By extruding the shape of the shield, the container is one that is a nod to the ubiquitous shape of a lacrosse goal. The original four. 4 arrows representing the founding of our league with 4 professional box lacrosse teams. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New Jersey, Philadelphia converged to create the NLL Star, a modern interpretation of a star that combines both the arrows of the original 4 teams and a Native American morning star. The 4 arrows converge to create the heart of the star representing the current teams and the fans who are the beacon of the future of the National Lacrosse League. This is the National Lacrosse League. Today is our day.
Read and follow the label.
Ahead, and Hawksby on the go. Off the bench comes Durston. 2 Roughnecks close in on him. He'll find Schuss off the bench. Now Keegan Ball, one-on-one here with Harnett. Knocked him down, lost the ball. Brother John will scoop it up. Feet ahead to Brother Greg. Now Carnegie tripped up on the turf, and he goes down awkwardly. Here comes Greg Harnett, and Carnegie in some kind of pain. Think he rolled his ankle. He'll try and hobble to the Roughneck bench and keep play going. 44 seconds to go to McIntosh's major. 1:23 to go to Reese Duchess. This is Curtis Dixon with 10 on the shot clock. Fires and scores. Hip high far side past Belanger, and that's the dagger.
Do we see a couple Poco socks come onto the floor here in the Langley Event Center? 6-goal night from Curtis Dixon. Yeah, he kills the momentum to a dead halt. Everything coming up Vancouver the last couple of minutes. Curtis Dixon again just shuts everybody up here in the LEC, wraps it far side around Belanger.
Just getting word, it was Eli McLaughlin with the overtime winner for the Mammoth, just under a minute in to give Colorado the overtime victory over the Blackwolves.
Speaking of BC boys, pride to Surrey.
There you go.
What a start to the season for Eli.
Had 4 against Vancouver last week. Loose ball pickup from Cornwall and a beauty swim move on Bell. It's a little rise out of the crowd there. Vancouver back down 5 now with just over 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Joel McCready one-on-one here with McCray. Gives him the shoulder shiver. McCready diving hard into Chiliano. Knocked his helmet off, and the Roughnecks will surround 55, not liking that. Contact sport. And McCready never shy to drive to the front of the crease with some authority.
No, Chiliano with the last TV timeout was chirping the Vancouver bench as he was coming to get a sip of water. The Stealth know they're in his kitchen a little bit right now.
Yeah.
That's why McCready goes hard.
You know what? As good as Frankie is as a goaltender, that's something that I think he needs to get out of his game. He gets a little too wrapped up in that for my liking. And sometimes that, some players feed off it, Brad. I'm not so sure about goaltenders. You just expose yourself a little too much getting into a war of words with a bench.
Well, that's where they missed the mentorship with Mike Poulin.
I digress. Here's Doby. Stop from Belanger, and a good one at that with his stick. Looking for an open man to feed, and he'll fire a pass. Nice handle there from Selty. Using that new Warrior warp. Some of many players are starting to turn to. Down 5 here with 6:20. Joe McCready to Corey Small. Can't pull the trigger. 5 on the shot clock. Small will go for a run. Bounces one wide. Dutch out of the penalty box here, so we're back to 5-on-5. And the referee doesn't have a ball in his pocket, but his compadre there to help him out will give the ball to Curtis Dixon. Shots on goal 40-39 in favor of Calgary. They lead it 14-9. Lost to Vancouver last Friday night, 12-11. Trying to get their first win of the season. Here's Jeff Schattler, who's had a good game. He always does. Ball loose. Picked up by Digby. He'll drive right in. Feed. Lowen on the corkscrew, put it over top of the goal. And Vancouver will come up with possession here and starting to approach must-score territory now for the Stealth.
Reese Dutch just took a 5-minute rest. He should be fresh here for the final stretch.
He's got the ball now. Up against his good buddy Dan McCray. On the step back, Dutchy Dangle. Peels back, Corey Small in a stutter step. Looking for a cutter. Tried to thread one through to Schuss, who's got it off the boards. Fired short side and missed the goal. Now McCray snares that loose ball. As we approach 5 minutes to go now. Look out. As McCray just shoveled one right to the Roughneck bench and sailed right out of play. Oh, McCready was ahead of the play, didn't get the ball. Now Cornwall will fire a pass to him, and that did not materialize as McCready was open, and then Cornwall didn't pass, and then when he was covered, that's when the pass came.
Captain Carnegie back on the floor for the Calgary Roughnecks, but running off a bit gingerly after getting taped up.
Dixon has been a man on a mission here tonight. Nice shotgun block from Toby. Here comes O'Doherty. Off the bench comes Dutch, and he can't corral that pass. McFedridge there in support. Schattler bats it free. It bounces toward the Stealth bench, and Beers there. And he finds an open Justin Salt. Usually one that Dutch will handle with ease. Just fanned on it. Feet across the floor, nobody open. Burnett and Ball go together, and oh man. We're going to break. 4:06 to go. Stealth trail by 5. Associated Labels and Packaging Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse. Back after this.
Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears, you name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check, and the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Find out more at alpinecredits.ca. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved.
Back underway here from the Langley Events Center. Into the home stretch we go with 4 minutes to play. And the Roughnecks lead by 5 and have the ball. Riley Lowen to Jeff Schattler. 15 on the shot clock now for Schattler. Fires into the corner for Doby. Dixon on the cut, doesn't get the pass. Schattler faked it. Passes inside and Lowen on a diving attempt. Took a check from behind as Belanger made the stop.
And this is where the beep tests are going to come in to test Ty Belanger. He's going to start making a lot of sprints to and from the gate right now.
I've been impressed with Ty Belanger and his time in this game. Empty net here for Vancouver as they try and mount a comeback late. McCready to Reese Dutch. Burnett will spin off a pick. Here's Schuss, back to Dutch. Skip feed, Corey Small loads, shoots, that hit a body. Arnett trying to scoop it. Will finds an open man, one touch ahead here to Manning. And he won't have a go at the empty net as they'll slow it down as Wagner closes the gap on him.
That one stung Greg Arnett, but a good job getting in the lane and blocking a shot.
Those ones don't hurt as much when you win the game. And now what do we got?
You're going to get too many men on the roughies.
Threw too many guys out the offensive door, and Kurt Malowski having a look at his assistant, Bobby McMahon, who I'm not sure if he's in charge of that, but does not like that one bit. So a power play now for Vancouver with 2:58 to go, down 5. As McIntosh will make his way across to serve as the end home. Rick Lum will give the ball to Corey Small, and here we go. Durston, Schuss, Small, Dutch, Ball out there for Vancouver. Keegan Ball. Here's Corey Small backing away. Dutch around a screen, loads the hammer up, and that one cleanly blocked there by Carnegie. And up he comes. Herschel 2-on-1.
I don't think he had the ankle right now to force it, but why would you late in the game? But great pickpocket by the captain.
Clock, the friend of the Roughnecks right now, and I don't think they need any more goals. They can just start to chew time. Here's Dixon. Double teamed. Switches hands. Gets a shut off, and Belanger got enough of it to stop it. And then fires up ahead to Logan Schuss, who had to turn around quickly just to pick it up.
Dixon, the Delaware Hall of Famer, shows his little switch hand that he learned in college.
There's Corey Small, skip feed into the corner for Keegan Paul. Now Dutch, Small, feed, Schuss, fired it way wide of the goal, and that one will end up in section M, about 6 rows deep. Check thrown there on Harnett, got knocked down. Still another opportunity as Belanger will head for the stealth bench once again. Just 90 seconds to go, though. As here is a 6-on-4 for Vancouver now. Logan Schuss stepping in. Up high for Dutch, now McCready. Keegan Paul, here's motion. Oh, Small was wide open, didn't get it. Dutch will fire it home, though. As he makes it 14-10.
Shot he's been looking for a lot earlier. Looks like he's going to go far side, pulls it back, short side bouncer. Puts the stealth within 4.
It takes something monumental for a comeback here. What do they have in Colorado, Brad? 3 goals in 52 seconds?
52 or 54, I think.
It's doable.
It's always doable in the National Lacrosse League. Nothing is ever out of reach, as we've seen and as we know.
The straight fire there from Dutchy. They'll confirm that goal under 2 minutes. It is, in fact, a goal for Reese Dutch, as we'll take it back to center here as the Stealth load up 3 in the offensive zone, 1 in the back. As Burton and Toll come to center. Quick move from Burton, got on top of it, ball comes free. Bell races after it, protecting, comes up with it, and he's double teamed. I think he called timeout.
Roughnecks want a bit of a breather. Figure out how they want to stretch the floor. Maybe got a shot and reset extra possession. This game be close to done.
So Tyson Bell comes up with a crucial loose ball off that draw. And Kurt Malowski calls timeout from the Roughneck bench. And just 68 seconds left to kill off for the Riggers to even the season series at 1 apiece and their record to match.
Calgary heads to Colorado next weekend, another division rivalry. And as mentioned, Vancouver South travel to Buffalo and Saskatoon before coming back here to the Lanley Event Center on the 28th.
Yeah, they'll play in Buffalo next week, just a one-off there in Bandit Land. And then they'll return home and then head for Saskatchewan, play on the Friday night in the SaskTel Center, and return home to take on the Georgia Swarm on Saturday, the 28th. They pull Boulanger and put the extra attacker on the floor as Dixon's got it in a stick. And 6 goals to go along with it. Good luck getting it out of 17 stick. And now a penalty call coming here to Vancouver. And the whistle will go.
And he knew that was coming. Put it in the hands of 17. He's tripled. Someone's going to get a penalty out of it.
It'll be Matt Beers that will head for the box. Boulanger will head back in between the pipes. And Calgary will head to the man advantage.
I'm vibing at the fucking class one with spraying water at it.
Earmuffs down there, Bradley.
PG-13 radio broadcast tonight. Best seat in the house, though. I've heard some good ones tonight.
I bet you have. If you've never been down in between a couple of lacrosse benches, you don't know what you're missing. Final seconds of this one as we're into the final 40. And Calgary in no particular hurry to go to goal here with a 4-goal lead and a man advantage. And for all the penalties in this game here tonight, Brad, a real low shooting game, 41-40.
There's been a lot of shots gone wide for the Vancouver Stealth, and man, how many block shots have the Roughnecks taken away?
But still, I mean, with the amount of man advantages for both teams, to only have 40 shots apiece, it's a little bit staggering.
Yeah, a little bit below average, obviously.
Final few seconds of this one as Chiliano comes out on McCready, and that had some intent behind it, didn't it? McCready gets up. He wants to go at Chiliano. Now Schattler and McCready tie up. And Harnett and Schuss tie up. McCready down on top of Schattler. Schuss down on top of Harnett. As Chiliano just backed away from the fracas.
Yeah, you had a feeling it was getting like this in Vancouver tonight. It's been an ominous air here late in the fourth quarter. All the penalty trouble in this period, the 2 penalty shots.
Well, McCready did not like the way Chiliano came out at him, but that was a little retribution for the way that McCready went in on Chiliano earlier in the quarter.
Frankie standing his ground. He wasn't going to let that happen twice.
And then McCready tried to get up and go right at Chiliano, and Schattler cut him off.
Oh, and Chiliano has to back off because of what happened in the preseason. He gets in another fight with 1 second left in a game, and it's trouble. Swing and a miss by Chiliano as he just lands on McCready. He didn't actually hit him.
Schuss and Harnett. But Chiliano just throws his arms up like, I'm innocent in all of this.
Look, he needs to.
Yeah.
He needs to, but a Rocky Mountain rivalry.
Alive and well.
Yeah, alive and well here inside the Langley Event Center.
These 2 teams will play 2 more times this season. One in each other's home arena.
Corey Small cleaning up the gear inside the crease to Chiliano.
And all this coming at the 14:59 mark. Just 1.3 seconds to go here.
I agree.
As they'll get all the penalty times sorted out. Well, just another fantastic weekend in the National Lacrosse League, Brad. You just never know what's going to happen. I can't even remember our picks from last night on Still Classified. 11 o'clock on Friday nights on TSN 1410, by the way.
I think I was 1 for 3. I picked Colorado. And post-game show will roll on. NLL TV broadcast will end shortly, but we'll take the post-game show on the radio side, tsn1040.ca. We'll get Jamie Batley to join us, and we'll effort a Vancouver Stealth player willing to have a chat after this one. TSN1040.ca.
All right, think McCready will get a little jump on the hot water, or no, he's going to take a seat in there, along with Logan Schuss. I know the officials want to get all this straight, but with just 1.3 left on the clock, well, Brad, what do you think next week? Do we see Garrett Billings? Do we see Corey Conway? Do we see James Ray get back in this Vancouver Stealth lineup?
I think we see at least one of those players. I think, no offense to what Keegan Ball's at. He's actually had a pretty good night, but I think you have to try a different look now. I think those guys, one or two of them could have been ready to come back tonight, but when you're 2-0, why not give them a rest and not affect chemistry right now? But after this one tonight, offense being held to 10, Calgary getting in the lanes of the shots, you might look for a feeder type on the righty side from a Billings or a Corey Conway.
So Vancouver will have possession here with 1 second to go. And Jarrett Toll will just fire a shot towards the net, or will he? Dutch says, let me do it. And he'll load one up and he'll fire one off the arm of Chiliano. And that will do it. As the Roughnecks even up their record and even up the season series at 1 apiece as they take down the Vancouver Stealth here tonight on their home floor by a final score of 14-10. Your final shots on goal. Calgary 42, Vancouver 40. As we'll try and get you the 3 stars before we head to break here, Bradley. As Steve Ewan of theprovincesports.com, usually the man to select our 3 stars here in Vancouver. As 2 teams will make their way down the line for handshakes. As the scoreboard lit up on both sides all night long here, Brad, a penalty-filled game between 2 heated rivals.
2 penalty shots in about 40 seconds, something I've never seen before. Curtis Dixon with the sock trick here, doing what Reese Dutch did in Colorado last week. Westberg held off this score sheet. That was a surprise for me coming to this one. So 3 career games now inside the LEC, just 1 goal for the local product Wesley Berg. But Curtis Dixon, the BC boy, out to play tonight, just putting on an offensive showcase.
I believe Schaller was the 3rd star, Brad. I didn't quite pick it up. I don't know if you did. Corey Small named your 2nd star. Curtis Dixon, your number 1 star here tonight. As the Port Coquitlam native comes up with a huge night for the Roughnecks, and he knew he would after just cashing in once in Calgary.
Dane Doby will sit on 299 goals for another week and try to hit the 300 mark in Colorado.
We will say goodbye on NLL TV side here from the Langley Events Center. The post-game show comes up next on TSN1040.ca. Stay with us. But for now, for the fastest game on 2 feet and for the creator, we'll see you next time.